Let's open a new Colab notebook. So go to collab.research.google.com as usual and click on the new notebook option or file new notebook. And we're going to title this one Multiline String and Escape Character. We'll actually start with the escape character and then multiline string. These concepts will be introduced in the lesson. Basically, we're going to look at how strings are commonly broken and solutions to fix them. So let's start by defining an album, and it's called Miss Illa's Playhouse. So I want you to type this in with me and do it slowly how I do it. Okay, so I'm going to use single quotes. Let's use single quotes. And I start Miss, and then Illa's is E-L-L-A apostrophe S. So write that in, E-L-L-A, then type in the apostrophe S, and then continue with the word Playhouse. Great album for kids by Ella Fitzgerald. Okay, so I can go ahead and try to store my string, and if you're looking carefully, press Shift-Enter to store, you can see that the color coding shifted. You know, something definitely happened. You know, strings should be red. It says invalid syntax. What went wrong? Well, when you hit the apostrophe is the same as a string. I'm sorry, as a single quotation mark. So it actually terminated the string. And putting a quotation mark here at the end, you can see will not fix it. You need red, you need open and closed strings. Like you could try that, it doesn't work. So what are the solutions? There are a couple. And so one of them, you might be clever and say, well, I would have used double quotes. You can do that, okay? And so inside of double quotes, you can certainly write Miss Illa's Playhouse. And now the single quotation mark is okay because it's not closing, okay? So if you press Shift-Enter, you can see that that has been stored. Now I want to keep this error here, so I'm actually going to comment it out. The way you comment out code is you simply put a hashtag in front of it. Then press Shift-Enter, and then the code preserves, but the error doesn't. Okay, there's another solution here, because even if like you're using double quotes, well, sometimes you might want double quotes inside of double quotes, there must be another solution, and there is. So in this case, Miss Illa's, okay, so what do? Backslash. It's called the escape character in Python. So when you put the backslash there, now you can put in the apostrophe S, and it keeps it inside of the other quotations, Miss Illa's Playhouse. And so this is the escape character. It's used in some different ways. This is a standard way that, hey, it will show a single quote. Okay, it's not going to read that as a closing the quotation mark. It's going to show an apostrophe. So press Shift-Enter to store it. And to verify, let's print out album and see what it looks like. We get the correct Miss Illa's Playhouse. Okay, so that's one use of the escape character. Now, another issue that may come up is what if you have a longer string? And so let's just say someone's making a comment, okay, and the comment is the following. I was listening to this amazing song on the radio, but I did not catch, and now look, we're running far to the right, which is totally fine. You can go as far as you want, but you might think, well, I want to keep it all on the same screen. I'm going to press return, and then you finish your string, but I did not catch the name. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and store this, but when you're using strings, color coding, okay? If it's not red, it's not a string. Well, you can still try it, press Shift-Enter. It says unterminated string, literal, detected at line 1, what's happening? You broke it when you press return. You can't do that. So once again, you have a couple of options, okay? So now if you wanted to comment out this line of code just to show you, you have to comment out both, okay? So let me show you how to fix this. So here's one way. One way is that there is another escape character. Okay, so the escape character here, it actually needs to go on the same line, and it's backslash again. So you're going back and in. That means new line, okay? So now if I store the comment and I want to print it out, you can see it actually shows you a new line. Now you can imagine that this could be sort of tedious though, because you actually have to have it on the same line. You could try to press return here and it just doesn't work. Okay, it's got to be on the same line. And so what's another solution? Well, it's called a multi-line string. And so for the multi-line string, it's in triple quotes, okay? It's inside of triple quotes. And simply put, wherever you break it, that's what it's going to show. So now you can show it on multiple lines. You don't even have to start it on the same line if you don't want to. It would be more common to do that. Maybe you want to try to line it up better. You can do that. You know, you can have as many lines as you want. And so we can check it by now printing out this comment. Let's go ahead and store it first for consistency. And now we'll print out the comment. And you can see that it shows it nice and cleanly the way that you put it up there. So these are some of the common ways that, you know, new coders will accidentally break strings. By pressing return, you can't do it unless you had a multi-line string. And by, let's go ahead and clear this code, clear that error. It's nice to clear errors. And also by sort of like ending a string inadvertently with something like an apostrophe or a quotation mark. And so keep in mind about the escape character is a pretty cool way around it. And the multi-line string is also really nice.